Hey Jay, what's going on? If you have late payments on credit cards, let me give you 3 codes that you can use that will definitely increase your chances of getting that removed from your consumer report. Number 1, 15 USC 1666B. Right? 15 USC 1666B, which talks about there should never be a late payment on a open-ended credit card plan, except if they do what they're supposed to do under Section 1637B, which they never do it. So you can use that. And then remember, we talked about 15 USC 1681A, definition rules of construction, because a late payment is a transaction. And transaction or experiences between the consumer and the person making the report is to be excluded from your consumer report. Number 3, a late payment is an account status. And what do we know? Under 15 USC 6802, a financial institution may not disclose your non-public personal information to a non-affiliated third party. Number 2 is 15 USC 1681A. Go down to Section D and then Section 2 entitled Exclusions, and you'll see it right there. Late payments are absolutely critical. So people say, Mr. Scott, where should I start? Start right there. If you have late payments, that's the first place you need to start. Don't worry about the charge off. Don't worry about the, all of that, not unless you're being sued, right? Then you got to deal with that first. I'm just saying, in general, the first place you need to start is to remove the late payments. Number 2 is 15 USC 1681A. And number 3 is 15 USC 6802. 15 USC 1666B, 15 USC 1681A, and 15 USC 6802. Right? You've got to get rid of these late payments. 2 late payments will drop your score 100 points. Got to get rid of these late payments. I don't care if you had a late payment yesterday, it's 2 years old, 3 years old. You're not going to have a high credit score unless you have 100% payment history. That's number 1. Can you put it in the chat? I don't know how to put it in the chat. I wish I did. I don't know how to put it in the chat. If any of my moderators are in the building, can they put that in the chat? Hard inquiries. Hard inquiries. Now, I'm not an advocate of removing hard inquiries that are tied to open debts. People do it. I don't think it's a good thing to do, because a lot of times what I've seen is once the creditor gets wind of it, they're going to close your account. Now, if we're talking about hard inquiries that are not tied to an open debt, then you can simply just call that particular consumer reporting agency, be it TransUnion, Equifax, or Experian. Speak to the fraud department, right? FRAUD, the fraud department, and tell them that you did not give permission to have those hard inquiries take place. On the basis, right, now let's go to the law, 15 USC 1681B A2, which is permissible purpose, right? So whenever you're disputing something, there has to be a law that's corresponding to that thing that you're disputing, because on the basis of what are you disputing it? So when it comes to hard inquiries, 15 USC 1681B A2, permissible purpose. Now, what about bankruptcies? Anybody with a bankruptcy, put a 1 in the chat. If you have a bankruptcy, whether it's a Chapter 13, Chapter 7, whether it's discharged or not, please put a 1 in the chat. Please put a 1 in the chat. Guys, tap the screen, and listen, I got a goal. I'm trying to get 20 hand hearts. 20 hand hearts. Also, if you want to become a member, right up here, you can become a member. You get a heart. Let's get it up to 2,000, guys. We're about 300 likes away from 2,000, and then we'll talk about these bankruptcies. So you can call the bureaus and state those laws to them over the phone. No, I mean, you can, but that's not what I suggest. I suggest you put the laws in a letter and send it directly to the original creditor, or send it directly to the consumer reporting agencies. And here's something I suggest. Don't use the P.O. box. Don't use the P.O. box. Send it directly to the corporate office. Don't use that P.O. box. Right? So bankruptcies. The bankruptcy court doesn't report bankruptcies. No, my phone went dead, McReal. It didn't shut off. My phone went dead. I thought I had it plugged in, but I didn't have it plugged in. It went dead. Right? The bankruptcy court doesn't report bankruptcies. That's not how it got on your consumer report. That's not how it got there. Right? So anything can be removed. Anything can be removed. Isn't a bankruptcy a transaction? Yes. Transaction and or experience between the consumer and the person making a report is to be excluded. Public records. There you go. Do you have letters on your profile to purchase, or is your ebook still available? You can do both. You can do both. You can do both. You can do both. McReal,
What's up? What's up? What's up?
you're in the month of Sundays.
I know, long time no see.
But I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see you still doing the do.
Yeah, I'm just staying in my own lane. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
That way, I don't have no problems.
Listen, we're all individuals, player. We're
Yeah,
all individuals. We have a right to think the way we think. And, that's the way it is. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, I don't know everything. I don't think I know everything. I don't claim to know everything. And so, when we all come together, man, that's really what it's all about. We've tried everything but unity. You know what I mean? We've tried everything but unity. What's going on, Relentless? How you doing this morning? Everything good? Okay. Uh-huh. Right on time. So is the place bigger than the Relentless house? Right. Mm. Where at near the state capitol? Because usually most of that stuff down there is industrial. Where at? Where? The, the old Brave Stadium? Mhm. Yes. Yes, I saw that. Let me know when you have the housewarming. You know what I'm saying? I'll bring over a bottle of Reuniti. I still got a bottle of Reuniti and I got a bottle of Manischewitz cream amanetta. So whichever one of you guys want. The Ripple. No, I ain't got no Ripple. Shit, Pipple. But yeah, when you guys have the housewarming, definitely let me know. Let me know what you need. I'll come over and bring something for you guys. Where is it? 84 people are like, guys, come on in. Tap the screen. Tap the screen. Tap the screen. What's going on? Michelle, where you at? What happened to Michelle? Michelle, what happened? What happened to your phone?
Can you hear me? I'm sorry. Good morning.
Yeah. I can hear. What happened to you?
I have to hold up one leg and hold up my arm because it's working.
Oh, Lord.
Nothing changed. Nothing changed. Nothing has
Michelle,
changed.
it's 2024.
Mrs. Scott.
Come on.
I gotta you have to see me in the corner. I have to hold my head to the wall
Oh,
with my
Michelle.
hand
Come
over
on.
my ear. I can't make this up. Let me see.
Come
Let me
on
show you. I
now.
can't make this up.
Come on now. So what's going on? Talk to me. What's going on?
Man, I've been having closing nightmares. This is what's
Really?
been going on. Ooh, I've been having some closing drama. Oh, it's been listen. It ain't easy. I'm gonna tell you something. Walking these real estate streets, it just ain't easy. Ooh, they've
But it's
been
well
giving
worth it. But it's well worth it
ooh,
because if you
Scott,
hold real
Scott.
estate and wait, then you ain't got to wait to hold real estate.
Yeah, but it's a ooh all I can say is ooh I can't wear them dresses to the closing when people have husbands. I can't wear them kind of dresses to the closings. I didn't know. Shit, I didn't know. I thought it was cool.
Well, who
Stuff
told you
what
you
they
can't do
do.
it? Who told you
Huh?
you can't? Who told you you can't wear
Shit,
those dresses?
actions.
Oh,
Actions.
okay. Okay. Well, why do you even go to the closing? Because you ain't
Why?
signing nothing.
I do sign. I actually
Where?
am a witness. Actually, I'm a witness sometime in Louisiana.
Yeah, but I'm
We don't
saying you
hold
don't have
escrow.
you don't have to
No, we
be.
don't have to. Because I like to
Yeah.
hold on my
So
soul sign and take pictures, photographs, and things like that. A little celebration. And sometimes I like to white out things that my client shouldn't be signing to get that mortgage to be, to not have a mortgage sometimes as well too. If I could just white out certain things and redact certain things, right, and
yeah,
show them how it's considered, it could be mortgage, how you're volunteering your securities, right?
yeah.
So I kind of like to hold my position down with that. I mean, if people don't know, they don't know, right? It's something like that. So I like to watch the volunteers of securities. In other words, you're volunteering your securities going
So,
to the
so
market.
let me ask you something. So, is it possible to buy a house? I'm talking about traditionally with any type of negatives. Does your report have to be pristine in order to buy a house, or can you have a little something here and there?
No, it does not have to be pristine. Of course not. You can always buy a house for different reasons, right? And oftentimes I'll see people, like even in college, you can buy a house on your potential to earn money, right? Say you're in your third year of med school or you're about to graduate maybe as a future teacher or something like that. You can get it, you can have like a 500, 480, depends. But I mean, I prefer you to have a better credit score when it comes to interest rate because you have to buy the points down, right? And buying the points down can be quite costly. But a lot of times we're trying to help people buy a property with no money out their pockets, with no money down. I mean, you're going to pay either way it goes, but that's the goal. The end goal is to have the best credit score you can possibly have. That's the end goal. The higher the
Yeah.
credit score, the better rating you have.
What are interest rates these days? What are interest rates? About seven,
I
somewhere in there.
think yesterday was at 5. I think it closed at 5 yesterday. Not so
That's not,
bad. I mean, I started out, it was 14%. So I don't know.
yeah, that's not. It's not bad, but we used to 2 and 3 and stuff like that. So
That was a little one hitter quitter. I don't think we're going to see that. That was a one hitter quitter. Only if you get your boy back in office. I mean, he was giving away money like, ooh, they had nurses making $5,000 a day. I mean, I'm sorry, a week. You had, remember for the pandemic I'm talking
oh
about?
yes, yes, yes. Oh
People
yes.
at home creating businesses. They stayed home getting checks and all that kind of stuff. Interest rate was super low. I don't know if we'll ever see that again. That was a pandemic time.
I mean, so how's the market in Louisiana? I mean, are the prices going up? Is it stable? Is it going down? And the reason why I'm asking that because we always talk about um, uh, affordable housing, and a
Right?
lot of people are saying that affordable housing is a thing of the past because the prices are so high.
Mr. Scott, I'm going to tell you something. I've never seen this before. I kid you not. You see me all the time talking about it. It is much better to buy your first home as a fourplex or something like that to pay your mortgage because rent here is extremely high. I've never seen, we used to be the lowest in the South, right? For a decent 2-bedroom house is like $2,200 a month. We've never seen that before. We never seen that before. $2,400 a month. Where are you getting the money from? I do not know. It was never like that before in New Orleans. We were like $800 a month. Easily would have, I don't know, but I would highly recommend anybody buying any kind of investment properties to let it pay for yourself, the first property, get you some kind of rental property. It's
Yeah,
really hard.
but so let's talk about that for a minute. But so if you can't afford a regular property, how are you going to afford a multifamily?
I'm glad you asked me that question. How you afford a multifamily? First, you have faith is just big as a mustard seed, right? If you want to have a multifamily property, it's the same thing as buying a single family home. It's no difference. If you have 2 years of tax. I'm talking the traditional way is having 2 years of income, right? Reported, you can put together, you can pool your monies together. It could be 10 of y'all, it could be 30 of y'all, right? So whatever you make at the end of the year, you add your monies together. So if you have 4 brothers, right? Everybody's making $25,000 at the end of the year. You're going to multiply that times 4. Multiply that times 4, okay? That's $100,000. So you have, say, 4 or 5 people put together just on making $25,000 a year. This is the time, the way inflation is, we have to come together. If you
So
come
wait a minute.
together,
So wait a minute. Are you saying that because I don't remember hearing this before that or let me ask the question. Let me ask it this way. How many people can go on a mortgage at one time? Can it just be a husband and wife or 2 people? Can it be 59 people? How many people can go on one
I
mortgage?
have never read any kind of limitation on a mortgage for anybody. If you're a
Really?
good lender, you can make it happen. I have never heard the government has any kind of limitation on buying a mortgage. I'm sure the bank will take, they don't care how many people put together, all they want is their monies, right? They don't care how many is there. As long as you meet the criteria, that's
I
not a
mean,
problem.
so, and I don't know if you know, right? I'm just asking questions. Can there be a balance? So let's say 2 people have good credit, one has low credit but has more income. Can you put it together like that?
Well, I would highly recommend getting some type of business, right? Put it, if there's that many people, just get you an well, whatever type of business structure you want to get it in. Put in a business name if that's easier for you guys. If you want in your name, get it in your name as well too as your option. It's up to you. I have as many as 13 people on one.
Wow.
13 on one. So I don't know the limitations. I'm not on the market side,
Right.
but I had 13 people on one. Yep. So it's
That's
up
gonna
to
be,
you. It's totally up
yeah,
to you. But like
that's
I
gonna be
said, it
so
goes on what you earn.
what's the average price of a home in Louisiana right now?
I would say 200,000.
That's
About two
not
hundred
bad.
thousand.
That's
No,
not
it's not.
bad.
It's
Right?
something deep.
200,000,
Right.
5% interest, maybe what, 1,600 PITI?
That's it.
Something like
I mean,
that?
a decent, real, if you want a very nice house here, like Upper Chelan, like, oh, wow, gated community, we're talking about 400,000
That's not bad.
at all.
400,000 is not bad.
400,000, that's it.
Right,
To
Relentless?
get
That's,
the
that's,
gated
that's not
communities.
bad.
Right. The better communities, like if you in a Slidell area or something like that, the better communities starting at 400,000, about 400,000 easily for gates, for gated communities.
Look, your audio is shoddy. It's like real static. Yeah, it's not, usually you're clear, but now you're coming in like you're at the airport or something. You're a little low. Sounds clear, but you're a little low. No, there it goes again. There it goes again. See, like when you start talking loud, it starts getting. Let me drop you down. Come back in. Come back in. Let me drop you down. Come back in. Come back in. I'll drop you down and come back in. John, what's going on, John? Well, let me see. Let me see. John.
Wow.
Oh, but when I'm looking at the screen right now, I can see the mute button. But go ahead. Don't worry. Don't worry about it.
I told you I have to put my head on the wall. I think I'm joking. I have to hold my right hand up my head and lift my left leg.
I hear you. I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
What's going on with my? Oh,
I don't know. Something's going.
okay. I can see my box.
Go ahead.
Or Relentless is.
Yeah, I see the box.
I don't see him at all.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, babe.
Yeah, but Eric, I mean, related. So let me ask you this: even if you have the credit cards, I guess you could if you had enough cash on the credit cards. But what if you were able to get funding, but you don't have any income? Does that play a difference in terms of buying a property? And you didn't have, but you don't have any actual income, right? Oh, right. So let me ask you this. So if you had the entity structure set up properly, but let's say the person coming in had a 690 credit score, do you think they could have gotten the $25,000 credit card as well? Okay. Now, are there any other banks that are as giving as PNC? Oh,
And then they go back and they report to the bureaus that you.
what happened? TikTok is acting real funny today. They're acting real funny. Relentless, you there? Oh, there you go. There you go. That's true.